If you wanna know what are the strongest KVK2 commander pairings in KVK2, well then stick to the video. But before we go ahead and start the video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, it will help me out a lot. And now without any further ado, let's go ahead and start the video. What's up going guys, my name is Nico and I welcome you yet to another video. Like I said, today we are gonna talk about the best commander pairings in KVK2 for free-to-play players and low spenders only. Okay, spenders will get additional videos. This video specifically is for low spenders and for free-to-play players. Honorable mentions before we go ahead and jump into the video. Well, first honorable mention that I would really mention is Bjorn Ironside paired with Sun Tzu. This is a very powerful commander pairing. Sun Tzu is, in my opinion, still the strongest epic commander. He has 5 target AoE, which is absolutely super strong. Some additional damage factor, which is really nice, and of course the troop gain 50 more rage. Then he also has some damage reduction, infantry health bonus, which is always very important, and 20% skill damage bonus. This is just massive. And Bjorn Ironside has always been a very powerful commander. He has some skill damage, direct damage, which is actually a instant proc damage. Skill damage taken increase for Sun Tzu, absolutely perfect. And if he is first, his skill will pop up first, means that the Sun Tzu will deal more damage. The next honorable mention is Belisarius paired with Baibars. It is very important to say all of these honorable mention commanders need to be expertise. Why am I putting Belisarius as primary and Baibars as secondary? Well, first of all, I think Belisarius is just a little more tanky, if I'm correct, and he has the mobility tree. Yes, Baibars has the skill tree, which is stronger, but if you are gonna use epic commanders in KVK2, you really want to be or need to be fast, and Belisarius is, in my opinion, probably the fastest commander in the game, if I'm not correct. Only Cao Cao might be just a little faster, but overall they are both very fast. Now that we have talked about the infantry honorable mention and the archer honorable mention, we gotta stick to the archer honorable mention. Few commanders that are coming into my mind. One of them is of course Imhotep, but Imhotep needs to be always as a secondary commander, because his expertise, only if this commander is serving as a secondary commander, he gets even that the enemy lose 50 rage per second, which is really strong. So yes, Imhotep as a secondary is always really nice. But the commander pairing that I'm gonna talk about is Herman expertise primary and Kira as secondary. Now hear me out, okay? She has a free enemy troop AoE damage, about 1000 factor, which is not bad. The second skill is very niche. It's just just against barbarians or in scenario battles, but she also gets archer attack bonus, archer defense bonuses, which is really nice. And she gets, and we are not talking about the scenario battles, but outside of scenario battles, she gets 80% skill damage bonus. I mean, do I even have to mention this? This is higher than YSG. This is really cool. And her expertise is really nice too, because troops hit by this skill take additional damage, which is basically means free enemy troops take for the next 2 seconds another 200, which basically means that the AoE damage is like, I don't know, 1400, which is not bad for an epic commander. So she should actually be in the conversation, and I think she suits well for the honorable mentions. I'm gonna list up top 5 free-to-play and low spender friendly commander pairings that I think should be used in KVK2. Well, first of them is Aethelflaed paired with YSG. And the Aethelflaed, why is the Aethelflaed so freaking strong? Well, first of all, in KvK 2, you will most likely be around like I am, 5.5.5.4, so very close to her expertise, even maybe have her expertise at this stage. And why is she so freaking powerful and super strong? Well, she deals direct damage, 800 damage factor to like 5 enemy troops, and it's a half circle. It is said that it is a fan, but it is a half circle, which is really nice. And she has such a powerful reduction. I mean, attack, defense, and health, 30% reduction. This is just such a huge amount. Her second skill, counterattack damage reduction against so many commanders. This is so powerful, and cavalry units get more speed reduction and other units get more speed reduction. So these two skills alone are so powerful. But what is really important, once she's expertise, once a enemy commander is slowed, so every time you use your active skill, she will deal 20 more damage to enemy troops. This is why this queen is absolutely majestic and super strong. And talking about YSG, probably the second strongest or third strongest KvK 2 commander in the game. There is absolutely nothing I gotta tell about him. Deals direct damage factor up to 5 enemy troops in 1700 damage factor, and it is a circular AoE, absolutely massive. And of course 50% skill damage bonus, and some, of course, archer attack bonuses and rage gained, which is always really nice. Moving up next, we have Alexander the Great paired with the Aethelflaed. And yes, in my opinion, Alex is the strongest KvK 2 commander. He is very much playable even in the late game, in KvK 3, Season of Conquest, and so on. He is just so good. He has really nice shielding for himself and for his allies. He has a instant proc damage and healing reduction. There he is. If he is on the map, he gets march speed bonus and infantry attack bonus 30%, which is this is very high. He gets attack bonus up to 40%, which is really nice, but only if he does not have a shield. And if he has a shield, he gets 30% defense bonus. And if he is expertise, then there will come probably the strongest debuff in the game, which is up to 3 nearby enemy troops take 30 more all damage for the 4 seconds, which is huge. Okay, this is why Alexander the Great is such a important commander for the game, and even for you. Alexander the Great should be your #1 priority, even higher than YSG in my opinion, and that's why I rank him in a lot of scenarios. And Alexander the Great is paired with the Aethelflaed, which I talked about already, such a strong and unique commander pairing. And the good thing is, Aethelflaed, you will receive her for free, and the Alexander the Great, you will have him basically if you just roll up his Wheel of Fortune, then you will receive him, which is very nice. Moving up the needle, we have Minamoto paired with Baibars. And yes, Minamoto paired with Baibars is a KvK 1 commander pairing, but it is still so powerful. Minamoto is, in my opinion, the second or the third strongest. It really depends whether you want YSG more or you want Minamoto more. In my opinion, it is Minamoto, because he has 2300 damage factor almost every time on his active skill, which is absolutely massive. He has some cavalry march speed bonuses, cavalry attack bonus, absolutely super powerful damage taken increase debuff for the enemies, absolutely massive. So yes, Minamoto no Yoshitsune is, in my opinion, still one of the most played commanders, even in KvK 2 especially. Paired with Baibars, he has a very powerful AoE damage. He has some cavalry attack bonus, which is always really nice. This one, you gotta ignore this, okay? And there he has healing factor and march speed bonus, which is really nice. Coming up next, we still have Minamoto paired with the YSG. This is in my opinion, the second strongest free to play or low spender. This is a low spender investment because YSG needs to be expertise in order for this to work. But once he's expertise, and if you have actually invested into Minamoto and have your Minamoto expertise, this is such a super powerful commander pairing. You will be so happy to have this. So trust me, Minamoto paired with YSG, if they are both expertise, then you will have a really fast YSG that deals such a super high damage for single target and even for 5 additional enemy troops. This is such a strong commander synergy and pairing. Yes, YSG's second skill falls off a little bit. Those archers just don't get any attack bonus, but like that's something you don't care in general that much about, because you want his expertise because of his circle of AoE and his 50% skill damage bonus, which is absolutely huge. Now look, there is a honorable mention at the end of this before we jump into the number 1 commander pairing, Alex paired with YSG. And this is why this is only for low spenders and free-to-play players, because it is possible for low spenders to achieve expertise Alexander the Great and expertise YSG during KVK2, but it is such a high risk that I would recommend you to only expertise one of these two and don't invest into both of these commanders, because I don't think this is worth it. Okay, so yes, this commander pairing on paper is way stronger than any other of these commander pairings, but it is such a high risk and high investment that you actually don't even need this. So yeah, but like I said, let's talk about the absolutely strongest commander pairing, which is for free-to-play players and for low spenders, which is in my opinion Alexander the Great paired with Sun Tzu. Now hear me out, there are better commander pairings, and if somebody says Alexander the Great paired with Richard, I'm gonna smack you around the face. Richard I is an awesome commander, okay? Don't get me wrong, but his role is only for the Sunset Canyon because of his healing and for barb chaining because of his healing. If we're gonna take a look here, barbarians, I'm at the beginning of KVK2 and I already have 100 million killed barbarians, which is really nice. Yes, Richard is only for killing barbarians. But let's talk about the Alexander the Great paired with Sun Tzu. Why is this march super strong? Well, we have already discussed that Alexander the Great is the strongest commander in the game in KVK2, and paired with Sun Tzu, who is the absolutely strongest KVK epic commander, which is also a infantry commander, means that he will receive all of these buffs if the 3 nearby enemy troops take 30% more damage, which is a very powerful debuff. Basically means that Sun Tzu, because he is as a secondary, he will have his active skill popped up later, which basically means that his AoE damage factor will deal more damage, which is really nice. And Sun Tzu is just a very powerful commander, and I think a lot of people are actually underestimating him in the KVK2. So yeah, if you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. This is a video only for free-to-play players and low spenders. Yes, some whales can actually look up to this video too, but like I said, only free-to-play players and low spenders, because yes, I know there are way better commander pairings, like for example Alexander the Great paired with Pyrrhus, with Charles Martel or Pyrrhus is a absolutely massive commander pairing, but a low spender or a free-to-play player should never ever invest into Pyrrhus or Charles Martel. That's the same is the Tutmosis paired with YSG is absolutely a super powerful commander pairing, but a free-to-play player should never invest into Tutmose because he's a gold key commander. He's powerful, but if you look at me, and I've opened up so many gold keys, I've never invested into Tutmose actually. But like, yes, I have his first skill at 5 and then 3, 2, 1, because I think every single skill on him is just good. Not super powerful, but very, very good. Yes, Tutmose is a very, very nice and decent commander to have, but like, a free-to-play player and low spender should never invest into him because there are just better commanders to invest in. And yeah, I'm gonna do a dedicated video for high spenders, or if you're just interested into it, what should you invest as a high spender. I'm gonna do a dedicated video to this. Just for now, I'm not. So yeah, this is it with the video. Feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next time. Later.